like, share, subscribe, share the video. Trying to get into the YouTube algorithm. Hold on while I do my did I share my screen? I should have shared my screen. Again, on this particular video, I will be talking about, let me remove that from the studio. Okay. Detroit and Michigan news really quickly. I decided to keep it separate. I think it works better than that because some people not interested in what's going on, but really what's going on in their state. Governor Whitmer urges Michiganders to prepare for upcoming heat wave. She's urging you to take precautions to keep, yourself safe because this week coming up is going to be in the 90s all week. Michiganders must take precaution to keep themselves and their loved ones safe. The next week will be very hot, and I encourage everyone to review the tips to stay cool. Like I said before, stay hydrated, drink more fluids, and avoid liquids with large amounts of sugar, alcohol. Limit outdoor activities to when it's coolest, the morning and evening. Spend time indoors in air conditioning. Check to make sure your air conditioner filters are clean and the unit is working properly. Wear lightweight, light colored, and loose fitting clothing. Wear sunscreen. Sunburn affects a body's ability to cool down. Check on your neighbors and relatives. Never leave children or pets unattended in cars, even with the windows cracked. Be aware heat stroke occurs when the body is unable to regulate its temperature and can result in death if not treated promptly. If you suspect someone has a heat stroke, call 911 immediately. Both heat exhaustion and heat strokes are a form of heat related illnesses. Signs of heat related illnesses are heavy sweating, much dizziness, headache, nausea, vomiting, fainting, high body temperature above 103 degrees, and tiredness. Yeah, it's going to be a scorcher. This going to be a hot, hot summer. And that's what the people, that's why they blocking out the sun because they're going to burn up. And melanated folks, we gain our powers under the extreme heat. A private equity group is buying up mobile home parks in Michigan, which makes it, and they raising the rent so high at these mobile home parks that the residents have to move out, and some are even going homeless. Big pocket investors have built a thick portfolio of Michigan mobile home parks, with 1 in 10 now owned by private equity firms. Wow. It's just been a real increase. They definitely been much more aggressive in terms of acquisition over the last decade. It's unclear exactly why Michigan is atop on the list, but some of the largest private equity mobile park owners have high numbers in the state because the rent was reasonable. And they putting the people out, they evicting them, and people are becoming homeless because of these investors. And it's a shame. But Agenda 2030, you will own nothing and be happy. Now, new warning, beware of apples and oranges on gas pumps in Michigan. There seems to be a slew of warnings making rounds on social media, and you may want to pay attention. A new warning is making the rounds on social media. A warning went out about thieves targeting individuals by placing a water bottle under their car tires. Now, this is going out as a warning to everyone to watch for water bombs being placed by your tires. According to the viral video, those seemingly innocent fruits might be a part of a signal process for drug dealers. Wow. In a video posted by Danny Hill, he warns that when you see an orange placed on top of a gas pump, not touch it. When the fruit is sitting on top of a gas pump, our eyes on you by a nearby drug dealer. Taking a piece signals to the drug dealer you may want to buy a certain kind of drug based on the fruit you choose. Now I'm all done. I'm all done. According to Danny Hill, once you make the selection, the dealer approaches you to deliver. In the video, he strongly states if you didn't ask for a drug, you're in a world of hurt. He also warns as if he needs to because never eat a piece of fruit or anything you find on top of a gas station pump. Duh. So is his warning legit? It's hard to say. I am done. I have no words. I have no words. I don't even know what to say. UAW members in Michigan don't think the union's endorsement of Biden would sway their pro Trump stance. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What are some of they UAW members are saying. Let me see if I can make it long.
If you have heart disease and struggle with LDL-C, even with statins and a healthy diet, listen to your heart. Talk to your doctor about Repatha.
Repatha plus a statin lowers LDL-C bad cholesterol by 63% and drops the risk of having a heart attack. Do not take Repatha if you are allergic to it. Repatha can cause serious allergic reactions. Signs include trouble breathing or swallowing or swelling of the face. Most common side effects include runny nose, sore throat, common cold symptoms, flu or flu-like symptoms, back pain, high blood sugar, and redness, pain, or bruising at the injection site. Talk to your doctor about Repatha.
I gotta let this go.
30 years at the same job means you develop a routine. So when the United Auto Workers called a strike last fall, Tonya Rincon was a little lost.
We were scared. It was weird because none of us ever thought we'd actually be out on strike, and we didn't know what to expect. And I mean, in living memory, Ford hadn't been on strike. I think it was the early 70s. Shoulders, knees, hips.
But
Yeah.
hard work. For 6 weeks, the local 900 Union Hall was the place to get a meal. Now you can grab a Biden-Harris yard sign. The president's pro-union record included joining the picket line.
It showed solidarity with everyday men and women that are putting their lives on the line and putting their paychecks on the line for a better living. It mattered.
Did it change the conversation about him at all?
Inside the plants? No, I don't think it did.
If you had a secret ballot in there, how would it come up?
In the rank and file, it goes about 50-50. Maybe it'll move a small percentage. And Michigan is a state where small percentages matter. So maybe it'll be 51-49.
But no doubt for you.
No doubt for me. No, I'm supporting President Biden in this election.
It's way down from Detroit's heyday, but 134,000 members still makes the UAW a force in battleground Michigan. Chris Vitale works in engine development at Chrysler and believes President Biden's push for more electric vehicles hurts business.
The government seems to be appeasing the coasts.
Everyone who lives in Manhattan thinks everyone should drive an electric car. Vitale says he will again ignore union leadership and vote Trump a third time, hoping to end the EV mandates and to get better trade rules.
Exactly.
I've watched this region go from the arsenal of democracy. Now we're happy if we can get a sports stadium, or we're going to sell weed or fireworks or whatever. It's absolutely pathetic what we have sunk with it. He isn't. So that's the difference. Bill Govier voted Trump in 2016 and 2020. Likely Trump this time. First, though, he wants to study Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and the Michigan election math.
If I would really rather have Kennedy, but by voting for Kennedy, it means I think Biden would win, I might have to vote for Trump.
Govier is a 25-year Ford worker and UAW member. This is a side business, using dry ice to clean car underbodies and engine parts. He pours his savings into the business and is about breaking even right now.
We're going to use dry ice to remove all that stuff.
Govier calls himself a middle-of-the-road conservative. Doesn't like what some people call him or Trump.
The powers that be label me as some far-right, white supremacist, MAGA Republican, and you're still entitled to your opinion. But I just don't see him as the Antichrist.
Me either.
Hitler.
Trump
That's ridiculous.
2024.
Bob King worked at Ford for more than 40 years and served a term as UAW president when the industry was trying to recover from the 2008 financial crisis. He ties Trump's support among union auto workers to years of lost jobs and lower wages.
People feel like the government and the establishment hasn't been delivering for them. Is there better now than it was 10 years ago, or worse? And for many, many working people, it's worse. Has deteriorated.
Exactly.
In some cases, their communities have deteriorated.
Trump
Dr. Robinson Jr.
2024.
bets about 40% of his Ford co-workers are for Trump.
He's never done a hard day's work, not physical work like you do in the plant. He has a solid gold toilet at home. So, how can he really empathize with your life?
And when you say, wait, Joe Biden walked the picket line with us, Joe Biden's been a pro-union president.
They say that, guns, gays, abortion, Sleepy Joe, Hunter Biden.
Robinson says the new contract wins were impressive, but didn't fix everything.
Gas prices are still pretty high. Food, when you go to the grocery store, every time it's just me and my wife, and it's $200 every time I go to the grocery store.
His side job, Meet DJ Furious, helps pay the bills. But Robinson says he does it mostly for fun and to make people happy, no matter their politics. John King, CNN, Wayne, Michigan.
Wayne, Michigan. So, anyway. Blue Cross Blue Shield Michigan statewide grant applications is open. They are partnered to provide a third cycle of funding through the Advancing Maternal Health Equity Initiative and are now accepting applications from regional perinatal quality collaborative and Michigan-based nonprofit organizations across the state. Grants will support sustainable initiatives to advance health equity, improve maternal health outcomes, and reduce a patient's risk of maternal mortality and severe maternal morbidity. And the grants are awarded $50,000 for 12 months. Let's see what else going on. Oh, today, because of the damage and winds, they did post a, no, that was yesterday, tornado warning for yesterday. Oh, that was yesterday. Worker killed at Michigan manufacturing plant. Matthew McCoy, 24, is being described as a kind, generous person who loved to draw and always put his family first. And it went away. And it went away again. I don't know where. But anyway, here, it came back. No, it didn't. Well, he was killed at a plant. Michigan landlords will be fined for not making timely repairs, notifying of rent increase under proposed legislation. It is under SB 900-903. It's known as the Tenant Empowerment Package, and it was introduced by Senator Sarah Anthony in Lansing last week. The legislation would allow renters to form tenant unions and deduct the cost of repairs they make themselves. This might seem like a small issue, but when you look at our red tag crisis, you'll notice that there's many of these repairs that could be taken care of by the tenant much faster than the landlord may be willing to do them. So I thought it was the lower rent. Shoot, that ain't helping me none. There was a stakeout for armed robbery suspects, result in 5 arrests, 3 Detroit officers injured. Oh, this happened in Ecorse. 5 people have been arrested and 3 Detroit police officers received minor injuries during a stakeout for armed robbery suspects. It happened at 4208 block of West Jefferson. Yesterday, officials said they have been watching 2 people who were wanted for armed robbery in Detroit. Police say they staked out the Ecorse location because they had intel that the 2 armed robbery suspects would be there. Officials say when they went to make an arrest, there was a struggle as 5 people were arrested. 3 of the 5 were released, but the 2 wanted for robbery remain in custody. Somebody snitched on me. Give any names, but somebody snitched. Let me see. Detroit man who left restaurant without paying arrested after returning to get his phone. Cocaine on his person. A Detroit man and 2 other people left the restaurant without paying for the food, but left his cell phone and he went back to get it. I'm shaking my head. On June 7th, officers responded to the Coney Grill restaurant at 30 East Big Beaver after employees reported having issues with 3 customers. Lord have mercy. You know that was our people. You know that was our people. The man and 2 women ordered drinks and food at the bar. After being served, they allegedly became belligerent with employees and left the restaurant without paying, taking their drinks in the glasses they were served in. You know that was our people. Oh my God. Officer arrived after the suspects had left, but a cell phone was left behind at the bar where they were sitting. Later that evening, officers were called back to the restaurant because the man had returned. When officers arrived, they found a man exiting the restaurant and took the 36-year-old into custody. Officer noted he had plastic wrapper under his foot, and when they asked him what it was, they admitted that it was cocaine. He was arrested and taken to Troy Police lockup facility for larceny in the building, possession of cocaine, and defrauding an intaker. I ain't got no words because you know that was us. Mm, mm, mm. Now, if that ain't some embarrassing. Mm, mm, mm. Falling cable line blocks Detroit home's garage for days. A woman in Detroit has been unable to get in or out of her garage due to a fallen wire. An Xfinity cable line fell across her property on Monday and she reported it, but it was taking days for crews to come out and get it fixed. She says she's called multiple times but couldn't get any help. Now she could have moved that small little wire because it was a cable line. It wasn't a electricity wire, but maybe she probably didn't know what type of wire it was. Hank put in a call to Comcast Infinity. Hank to the rescue, and about an hour later, crew was fixing the problem once and for all. They reattached the line, made sure it was clear and out the way for the woman and her husband. If you have a down Comcast line, You can go to Xfinity.com or call 1-800-XFINITY and provide the address. She probably didn't know she could have moved that. Detroit resident fed up with overgrown alley raises safety concerns. A man living on Detroit's east side is fed up with the blight. At first, it was the overgrown yard next door, but once that was cleaned up, a new problem popped up. They come cut the grass. They do that. They do have the grass looking nice, he said, but they're not cutting the bushes on the fence, you see, and got my pipes on my fence holding it up because they're pushing it over again. Aside from that, the nuisance that was once next door is now in his alley. You can't even see down there. It looks like the swamps down there, and it's pitch black back here. If somebody wanted to put a body or something back there, you never see it. Ever since the abandoned house directly behind his home was torn down, it's turned into a jungle of its own. He's wondering if something can be done before it grows into a bigger situation. So I guess they're going to send somebody out there to check that out for that man. Metro Detroit business owner faces 23 federal charges, accused of withholding millions from the IRS. Northville. They said this man has committed tax fraud. Ali Qasim Khan Arabic allegedly filed false tax documents in connection with his business that arranged for automobiles to be shipped abroad. He reportedly didn't pay employment taxes for the company's employees either. Oh, well, they got him. Seniors at a Detroit apartment sweating it out in high heat with no air conditioning. Oh, she was sleeping with her feet at the head of the bed. It's the only way she can get any relief from the long fan blowing in her room. Where is this building at? Oh, it's Brush Park Manor, Paradise Valley. We pray right now, Lord, that you move in on this situation. We pray right now, God, that you bring cool into this situation. That Pastor Kelly R. Jackson of the Kingdom Christian Church, everything is going to be all right. For the 76-year-old Frances Sinclair, all she has heard is excuses, but why there's no air conditioning. I feel dizzy. I have to sit directly in front of the fan. The complaints are similar to other issues residents had at Paradise Valley a month ago. At the time, the management company had promised air conditioning would get fixed, and it was, but then it broke again. So there you have it. I hope they get that situation remedied for them seniors. 4 fireworks set to light up Detroit River with spectacular summer show June 24th. And it will be at 10 p.m. The fireworks. It's the 66th edition. I didn't know it was one of the largest fireworks shows in the United States. I never knew that. Ford is proud to be a longtime partner of the parade company and to support one of the most cherished events of the summer. Let me see exactly. The efforts will be visible for miles along the Detroit River. This year's theme, Color the Sky with Sunshine. And it's free and open to the public, Hart Plaza, Belle Isle, and beyond. And you can get tickets, and tables are available for Ford River Fireworks Rooftop Party presented by Ford. They are selling tickets, and they're going to have live music by Your Generation in concert, catering by Andy Amos, games, giveaways, and more. All proceeds from the rooftop party benefit the Michigan Thanksgiving Parade Foundation. Shoot, I might do that. I might gotta take a picture of that. And then there'll also be a live broadcast from the rooftop as well with 760 WJR Paul W. Smith. Hmm. I might go to the fireworks this time. Shootout in Detroit hospitalized teenager. Around 8:30 p.m., a shootout on LeSure near Lenox injured a teenager who was struck in the hand. At time of reporting, police were still trying to recreate the scene, and it's unclear how many were involved. One woman allegedly frustrated by the uptick in gun violence that has stricken the city in recent weeks made her anger known. Keep your kids in the house, she said. Keep those guns out of the reach of kids. Lock your guns up. Everybody not gonna play about their kids. That's the message I'm sending. These kids should not be able to just get a hold of these guns like that. Well, it's gonna be a bloody summer. I'm sorry to tell you, cause it's gonna be a heat wave and it's gonna be hot, and people's temperatures they gonna be agitated. A black-owned cafe expanded to Detroit's riverfront this summer. It's called Charity Dean. It opened on Rosa Detroit on Grand River Avenue in the Grandmont area. It's a place where nearby residents find comfort, enjoying their morning cups of coffee, but also making bonds and establishing relationships. It's Grandma House. Dean's great granddaughter Rosa Malone was one of the first black homeowners to move into Rosedale Park in 1973. Oh, so she moving downtown on Michigan Avenue. We need to support her. This coffee shop is Detroit Rosa on Grand River. I'm gonna check her business out. We should support one another. I'm gonna check. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm gonna check her out. I am gonna go. Yep, Rosa Coffee Shop. I'm gonna support. I love coffee. Wayne County judge found with loaded gun at Detroit Metro Airport. The gun, according to the judge's attorney, may not have been registered. Judge Cynthia Miller has been a judge since 2006. She spent 13 years on the bench at 36 District Court. On Saturday, while she was on her way catching a fight, Miller passed through security at Detroit Metro Airport. It was then TSA found that a loaded 380 caliber Smith & Wesson fire inside her purse. She is a licensed CPL holder, but you got to check your guns in when you go to the through the airport. She told him that the gun was hers, um, that the gun had belonged to her brother who lives in Ohio. Ohio does not require firearms to be registered, but Michigan does. And Perkins admits he doesn't know if the gun the judge was carrying was registered at the time it was discovered. Oh, she's been going through a difficult time facing health challenges. Perkins said her mind may have been elsewhere on that day. Mm. Oh, she's facing a misdemeanor offense and $1,000 fine. Well, she clearly wasn't thinking. Ooh, that deadly crocodile drug that is on Detroit streets. You know, when you inject that, it's like heroin, but it ain't, but it's from Russia. It's like that xylazine that they mix in that horse tranquilizers they mixing with hair, and it eats up your skin till it got to get amputated and your feet, legs, or whatever, and it starts rotting your skin. They both like one, they similar. So now that drug is here, the crocodile drug. I think it only costs like $5 or something. They probably mixing it with heroin or whatever. So that drug is now in Detroit. Oh, the federal government's new plan to give renters straight cash. Well, I show like that. The federal government is laying the groundwork for a potentially major change to the nation's largest rental assistance program, aiming to test the idea that would allow low-income tenants to pay rent directly with cash rather than to use traditional housing vouchers. That money you give one of us some cash, that money ain't gonna even go on nothing. That money gonna be spent on other things if you give them cash and not housing vouchers. I like to see how that work out if that ain't the dumbest shit I ever heard. I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to cuss because my cousin told me I can't cuss. I'm trying. Yup, police in Metro Detroit sees new Narcan. Oh, Narcan. So if you have an overdose, Narcan ain't even gonna bring you up. Police in Metro sees new Narcan resistant drug known as crocodile because of what it can do to the user's skin. Oh, it was in St. Clair County too. Had made their first seizure of the drug, a new synthetic engineered opiate like substance that's said to be 10 times more powerful than morphine. It gets its name because it turned your skin into that rough like a crocodile, then it started rotting. Oh. Trump to hold campaign event in Detroit this weekend. Where it's gonna be at? I need to be there. Trump is scheduled to hold a roundtable discussion at Detroit's 180 Church. He gonna be in the hood. Oh, what's the? Oh, this gonna be. Trump gonna be at Detroit's 180, located at 13660 Stansbury Avenue today at 4 p.m. Doors open at 1. I'm about to be there. I don't think I gotta work. He's going to listen to the members of the community and you'll be able to ask questions. Oh, shoot. I'm about to be there, be square. New Detroit apartments open near Michigan Central Station. For those eager to live near the rehab, Michigan Central Station is going to cost you an arm and a leg to live over there. A newly constructed 4-story and 78 unit off Bagley, 2420 Bagley in Corktown and Mexican Town is opening Monday. It was a $23 million development. It has 37 studio units, 38 one-bedrooms, and 3 two-bedrooms. Asking Miss for the market $1,600 per month at one-bedrooms. Studios is $1,600. One bedroom's $1,950, and the two-bedroom. Oh, they got 2,500 square feet available ground floor rental space. There was a deadly shooting on busy Michigan freeway, leads police on search for the killer. A 35-year-old Detroit man shot and killed while driving on the freeway last Saturday. It was on I-96. The victim was transferred to Detroit Medical Center Sinai Grace, where he was pronounced dead later that day. They didn't release his name. I guess there was a few shootings over the last weekend, which is nothing new. Well, let me see. I think I'm about to get off of here because I'm about to get off into my book, The New World Order, Chapter 2. Chapter 2. Like, share, subscribe, share the video. And thank y'all for coming in. Yeah, I think that's it for this week. Oh, they saying Sean Fain under investigation by the federal monitor. United Auto Workers Union President and other union leaders are under investigation by the federal court-appointed monitor. According to a 32-page status report, Fain is being investigated for allegations that the union has not been cooperating with the monitor, Neil Barsky, in providing requested documents, and that Fain retaliated against the UAW Secretary Treasurer for her refusal to authorize certain expenditures of funds at the request of and or for the benefit of those in the president's office. In the report, Barofsky wrote that the members of the International Executive Board passed a motion allowing Fain to withdraw assignments from the Secretary Treasurer following allegations of misconduct. The report also stated that Barofsky is investigating Fain's removal of one of the union's VPs from oversight of the Stellantis department in May 2024. The vice president claimed that Fain retaliated against him for refusing to engage in acts of financial misconduct to benefit others. In an unrelated investigation, Barofsky received allegations that a director was involved in possible embezzlement. Barofsky was appointed in 2021 to investigate the union related to bribery and investments. Wow. So Sean Fain under investigation. They need to investigate my damn union. Just to say. I'm just saying. Oh, I can't talk about that because that's national. This strictly. They saying that deadly virus is here in Detroit. Cause of respiratory. Yep, it's confirmed in several Michigan counties. Yep. Oh, it's been confirmed 4 rabies bats with 2 in Allegheny County and 2 in Wayne. Oh, they saying that rabies is out here. I gotta get my animals vaccinated. Attack brought by walking in Oakland County. New drug, we did that one. Let me make sure I'm up to date for Michigan because I'm about to get in Morgantown with a large amount of fentanyl. Oh, he was arrested in Virginia. I don't know why they continue to go. There's 31 on Strangler Street for sale of drugs. He gonna do all day. There he is. Let me see if I can do this. There he is. Yep, that's it. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. All right, see y'all. I'm about to do this last part. I'm about to go in to start another video on the New World Order, Chapter 2. This is the book. Like, share, subscribe. This is real. This is real. I enjoy keeping you and thank you for your support and all of that. Wait a minute, did I do that? Yeah. All right, so we're going off on this. Thank y'all. Have a great day or night or whatever. See y'all. Thank you.